Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Joel, and this is A Stable Life. Okay? Yeah. Daniel, I'm sorry, I got grease on your gun. I'll explain a little bit more later, but as you guys can see, we are at a different change of scenery here. Right now, we're working on getting this, looks like a no-till disc up and running on the corn planter. And I already got grease on my hands, so we're off to a great start. What were we using the sledgehammer for?
A measuring stick.
What's the measure?
Whether it was going up or down.
There you go. What are we at?
12 inches.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Looks like they're adjusting the tensions on the springs for each of the units.
So right now we're adjusting the no-till discs so that they go deeper into the ground.
So today I'm working with the Veggie boys. It's actually my first day for the season working with them officially. I'll help them here and there, but this is me officially working with them. I have no idea what we're doing. It's kind of how things go. We got the planter ready. Now we're filling the tractor up with diesel. We doing hand crank? I'm offering. I'm in a good mood today.
You okay?
I know. I know. I'll follow you up. Now we're hooking up a fertilizer spreader. So I've done a couple of videos like this last year and you guys really enjoyed them. So you'll have to let me know if this is something that you like. During the late spring, summer, and fall, 2 days a week. It used to be 3 days a week, but I have more things that I need to be doing at the horse stable this year. This year it's gonna be 2 days a week working with the Veggie boys. As you guys know, we're a family run operation, so we always try to work together. Through the year, I try my best to make sure that I'm helping the family. Unless we have something crazy going on, then I'll of course do extra days here and there. And my goal this year is to film a little bit more of my jobs here, unlike last year. So if you guys like this, please let me know down in the comment section, because this is going to be something that I could do certainly a lot more of if you are interested. I still have no idea what I'm doing for the morning. That's kind of like the theme for working here. You never really know what you're doing. You just go with the flow. Whatever someone tells you to do, you just work from there. So far, all I know is that we're planting corn. Well, Daniel's planting corn, and we're working on getting everything set up. Next up is gonna be spreading fertilizer, which are these Dippin' Dot looking things. They really do look like Dippin' Dots, don't they? And so Daniel's gonna be spreading Dippin' Dots on the fields, and that's how we get good corn. Right, Daniel?
Don't eat them! Don't eat them!
Well, to get the silage corn planted today and the test plot planted today is the plastic.
Okay, looks like my first, well, I shouldn't say first job, but the next job. The next job that we're going to is going to be working on hooking up the bigger tractor to a vibrashank. Some of you may call it a cultivator. Whatever the case is, I'm gonna be hooking up to that implement, and I'm gonna be working up ground, working the fertilizer into the ground, and apparently this field is going to be where all of the silage corn is. How exciting. Here's the tractor that I'm gonna be using. Some of you guys recognize this tractor as the one that I spread manure with. This tractor and I usually are together often. Just need to unhook this. Let's see, can I do this one-handed? Oh man, I can. How awesome is that? I need to check the oil. Morning, moo-moos. I don't know if you guys can see, there's a horse out there. There's more than one, but that's all I can see is just the one. He's sleeping. Looks like it's Poncho, actually. I have to reach back in here to check the oil. It wasn't their best decision. There we go. Okay, oil is good. Let's go hook up to a field cultivator. What a whirlwind of a day so far. Well, it certainly smells like cow manure in here. That's the only thing I can smell. Wow, so far so good, guys. Everything is proceeding smoothly so far. It's always an interesting day, but it's nice to be working back with the family. Of course, I see them on a routine basis, being that we're always together, but it's nice to be working back together with everybody. It's a good feeling. Speaking of, Daniel's coming down the driveway here, so it looks like we're gonna be passing each other. Oh, good deal. Also, it looks like the field that we're going to be working up is the fields that I spread all the horse manure on. So that's exciting. Get to see how that looks. Welcome to the field cultivator, or vibrashank as it's called here. Let's ride. That's funny, you guys landed face up. Big machines call for big pins. There we go. We'll have to watch this hydraulic line. It's a little tight. There. Now we should be good. So I don't know if you guys are seeing this here. This is the silage field from what I understand. I'm gonna call just to make sure, but I think this field right in front of us is where I'm starting, and we're going all the way down to the hay field down there. Woo! That's exciting. Okay, so you guys can see just how big this field is. That's pretty crazy. And right here's the hay field. And the hay field is looking okay, but definitely not our best hay crop ever. That's actually pretty light for our first cutting. You can see how thin that is, and that's not anything to do with us. That's just, we've been having a dry spring. I know that we had a couple days in a row where we were getting a lot of rain, but that was pretty much our only rain for the entire spring so far. Dry spring means not a big hay crop. That's definitely not what we want to see. We want to see a nice big hay crop. Oh well, hopefully we'll get a better second cutting, but we won't really know how good our first cutting is until we mow it and bale it and see where we're at. You can see that this was definitely where the potatoes were. Look at how much softer the dirt is. And take a look at how good that wheat looks. Wow, does that wheat look nice. When the potato digger goes through the field, it separates all of the rocks from the potatoes, which is a great way of actually pooling a lot of those rocks from our soil, making those little rock piles. In fact, if you look at the video that I did with the drone, when one of the flyovers, you can actually see this potato field, and you can see all the marks from them coming through with the skid steer loader. This dirt over here is a lot softer and a lot smoother versus over there. Next pass, once we get back around over to the other side, we'll show you guys, you can actually see the horse manure on the top of the soil. We're gonna be working that in as well. Gonna be a good silage crop over here, that's for sure. So in case you guys are wondering, the manure from the horses is gonna be working as fertilizer for the cow's feed. Isn't that neat, how it's like a full circle? Okay, so if you guys can take a close look at the soil here, you can actually see where the dirt is a different color. So you've got that rich brown, and then you've got that lighter clayer brown. The lighter clayer brown is the soil. The rich brown is, of course, the horse manure. And we're mixing that in. This is what it looks like after we go over it with the vibra-shank. The vibra-shank has a number of teeth that all dig into the ground in different areas, ripping through the ground, and then at the very back is a giant iron bar that goes across that levels the soil. So we use the vibra-shank as a way to mix things into the soil, as well as a way to level off the field. All of these tools work together to make a nice, even, level seed bed, so that when the planter goes through, you've got a nice level crop. It sounds like they're actually doing mostly no-till this year. They are going to be tilling the ground here, mainly because of the manure spread on the field, as well as the fact that it's for the cows with the silage. They want a really good stand on the corn crop. So they want to get as much seeds in the ground as possible and make sure that they all come up, they all germinate. But for the rest of the field corn, from what I understand, we're doing no-till. So that's exciting. We'll see how that turns out. I think you guys can see just how dusty everything is. Need some rain, and that's because we're on a slope here, so we don't want any water erosion occurring, and having our fields in strips prevents that water erosion from occurring. For anybody that doesn't know what no-till is basically planting your crop without tilling the soil. You're just planting it directly on top of the crop. So we're gonna be trying it out this year, and if it works, then we'll probably continue to do that moving forward. This is my first day here, so I actually don't know a thing about what's going on with the Veggie Boys other than what you guys see on the videos. So we're gonna be learning together, guys. We're gonna be learning together. Well, guys, we got the first field all wrapped up. As you can see, things got pretty dusty. Let's take a look and see how the field looks. That is one huge field, but man, it worked up good. It worked up real nice. So that's ready to be planted with silage corn. That'll be exciting seeing growing this year, huh? So now we'll be able to move right on over to the next field. I'm supposed to have 2 fields taken care of. So we got this one, and then the next one we're moving to is where they're laying all of their mulch for all of the vegetables this year. Wanted to give you guys a closer look at how this machine works. You see the digging teeth here. They go into the ground. There's several rows of digging teeth. And then here's the giant bar that levels things off. This vibra-shank, as you can see right here, is quite old. I don't know exactly when they got it, but the entire time that I've been working on this farm, this has been the machine that we used. So this is a well-used machine, that is for certainty. I don't ever know if they even have plans on upgrading. We just keep replacing the teeth on it and doing your daily maintenance, and it's been working great. All right, let's move right on over to the next field. So this is the next section of field we got, and this goes quite a ways on down the line. we're gonna get started right here. I actually have no idea how big this is. This is my first time kind of really looking to see how much they have opened up. Exciting times, guys. Exciting times. I don't know if you could tell, but we're learning together. It's working good. Looking pretty good here, just trucking along, but it's lunchtime, so we're going to be stopping for a little break. So that means I've got a ride coming somewhere from some direction. So we need to keep our eyes peeled for it. There we go. There's my ride. Looks like we'll park it right here.
We're gonna head back, get some lunch, because we're hungry and it's lunchtime. That makes sense, right?
I couldn't have
said
said
it
it better
lunch
myself.
because we're hungry and it's lunchtime. Just double whammy. Let's go.
Thank you, kind sir.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
Let's see what we got for lunch. Looks like we got sausage and potato chips, right, Pete?
Yep. And vegetables.
And vegetables.
Can't forget your vegetables, Joel.
So Gavin, tell me, what are you up to today?
Cleaning.
Wait, I thought we cleaned this already.
It needed to be cleaner.
Yeah, but why? What's that?
A bucket.
Full of what?
Full of paint.
Oh, so we're painting this wall?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's exciting. Okay, so what are you cleaning?
We're cleaning off any leftover possibility of mold.
Well, how are you doing that?
With vinegar.
Ooh, okay, okay. So you're scrubbing the walls with vinegar and then washing it off? That's pretty awesome. How's it going? Smooth?
Yeah.
It looks pretty good. Well, Gavin's hard at work at scrubbing off the walls there and getting everything cleaned up, which we'll be painting here soon. Very soon, actually, which is pretty exciting. We are working on planting the test plot for field corn. So each of these bags is a different variety or type of field corn. And what we're doing is we're planting all of them to see how they do in our growing climate. So all of the surrounding farmers can see which ones do good, which ones do bad, based on whether we have a dry year or a wet year or a stormy year or a whatever kind of year. You never really know what you're gonna have, but planting these different products will allow everybody to see how they perform in our local area. It's usually the biggest step towards planting field corn, and once we get this out of the way, it's pretty much full steam ahead for planting all of our corn crop for the year.
I think he planted corn in my yard.
He planted corn in my yard. This is a perfect example of what we were talking about earlier with no-till. You can see the ground has not been tilled at all, and the planter's just gonna run right over through, open up a little opening in the front, drop a seed, and then close it right behind. This is the first time we've ever done a no-till test plot, right?
Yeah.
Woo! right, we just finished up with planting our test plot. So now we're gonna go ahead and put the corn away and move on to the next project. That's probably the quickest we've ever gotten our test plot finished up. Usually that's Daniel and I's responsibility per year, but this time around we all worked together and it made things go well. And I'm riding around in the Veggie mobile. That's pretty exciting. Yo, Gavin, how's it going in here?
It's going great, Joel.
Good, I'm happy to hear it. How's the wall cleaning up? Do you think the vinegar did its job? Wow, I don't think the walls ever smelled like that before. It smells actually clean. That's crazy. All right, now I've got some exciting news to share with you guys. We're gonna be field testing a new grain here for our horses, and this bag right here is actually the sample, and this might be replacing our Calm Ultra feed. So we actually had this grain made, and you can kind of see there's a slight color difference, but as far as how they look, it's practically the same. But in order to make sure that this grain is gonna be good, this little bit of grain that we have, we're gonna field test on Danny. So this afternoon, Gavin is going to give Danny a half scoop of this grain, and then we are going to see Danny likes the taste of it or not. As far as human taste buds go, they taste the same. They are almost the exact same grain, just this one we had custom manufactured, this one we bought in. If we are able to actually have this grain work, that's some real savings that can really help our horse stable with all the projects that we have planned for this year. So Gavin is going to be keeping a close track on Danny to see how Danny enjoys the grain. If Danny enjoys all of it and eats all of it, then that'll be the first phase of testing, and we'll be able to move on to the next. Exciting stuff. Right, Pete?
Yep.
All the grain are in the buckets and I'm about to let in all the horses, so let's see Danny's reaction to the new food. He didn't stop eating that for a second, so I think it's safe to say Danny likes it.
I am back, and good news. The field that I was working on this morning that we left for lunch, that was what I was working on. Gave Gavin the camera, and as you guys can see, it looks like Danny really enjoyed that food. We also gave some food to Tucker to see what he thought of that grain, and it is licked clean. All things that are looking good. As far as the nutrients go, it's basically the same grain, so that is really exciting to see. And I am just so excited to paint this. This is gonna look so good. We got the paint up there, and that right there, we're gonna talk about that in a future video. Ooh, I'm so excited. But guys, I really hope that you had a good time with me and the Veggie boys kind of all working together to get the job done for today. We got a lot of things that they were working on trying to get done finally completed today, which is awesome to see. But I can't think of a better way to end a stable life video than with Casino making his way out to the pasture. Casino, you wanna hit him with the reminders? In case you guys didn't hear what Casino was saying, he was saying, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't,
don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button. For the question of the day, we're gonna ask you to leave in the comments, what color do you think we're gonna paint the walls in here?
And of course, we're not gonna get technical here. We're not talking about all the crazy names, just your main colors. What color do you think that's gonna be? And as always, we'll see you in the next one.